Hi, I'm David Elder, and welcome to Texas Eats. Today, we're traveling around historic Lockhart.
On this week's show, we're going to chow down on some gourmet za, slam a few chicken wings, and toss back a couple of cold beers.
Hey.
We'll also take a tour of an award-winning queso factory, build the ultimate baked potato.
Oh, I was waiting for a BAM.
And of course, you know we're going to have to eat some barbecue.
That's the bite right here. Our first stop on today's episode is to go inside one of the most historic barbecue joints in the state of Texas. Black's Barbecue's been around since 1932, serving up delicious barbecue and killer sides. Let's go inside and check it out.
We have our giant beef rib, we have our original brisket, our homemade sausage, we got some baby back ribs, some spare ribs, and we got some chicken.
Oh, that's the whole plethora of Texas barbecue right here, right?
Right here's your meal. Meat, and I bet you can't eat the whole thing, man. One hand there and one hand there.
And you just take a bite.
And go for it if you want to. Man.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you.
It's okay to talk with your mouth full.
Oh my goodness. That's the juiciest, tenderest piece of barbecue I've had my entire life. That was like eating meat butter.
It's our Fred Flintstone rib. Oh. You now got to say yabba dabba doo.
That's yabba dabba doo. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely incredible. If you're looking for the epitome of Texas barbecue, you want to get that full smoky goodness flavor, you get the beef rib. Kent Black is a third-generation pit master. He learned how to cook barbecue from his father, and his father learned from his father.
My dad started using briskets in the early 1950s. He's one of the first people in the country to do that. Before, they would just smoke whatever was available in the meat market.
So, whatever's coming out of there, right?
Yeah. And take a look at this, man, right here. This is a beautiful shot.
Oh
right here.
My gosh, look at the juice in there.
Yeah, you can see this.
And look at that, a defined smoke ring right there going around. So you guys have that really, you know what you're doing as far as timing and letting that amount of smoke go in there, the heat, and then you have all that bark on the outside. The fat has been reduced nicely. You can see that it's like melted into the meat.
That's why we always cook with the fat on top. You want the fat to soak down into the meat. Some people flip their briskets, turn them. We think the fat should be on top.
You know what you're doing out here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's a teachable moment right there. That's our tagline.
Yeah, you can really see the the marbling in there. Those looks like spider webs for all the little pieces of fat are in there.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so good.
And you can tell it's going to be a nice piece of brisket. Holds up on its own weight, but then when you pull on it, look at that. It falls right apart. You have that nice honeycomb happening right there in the fat. That's how you know the fat's been rendered nicely. And then you got this right here. This is what you want.
Yeah, you're eating good now, man.
Texas barbecue is popular. I mean, it's all over the state, but here is where it started. Lockhart is the heart of this whole thing, and Black's is where you can come and get some of the most delicious stuff around.
Some people like the baby back, some people like the spares, but they're both really good cuts.
And you can see this one, because it is smaller, it took on a lot more of that smoke on the inside there. Oh, man.
Like it?
These ones, compared to the spare ribs, this is like melt in your mouth. Completely different texture, different profile to it completely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The meat's stacked a little taller on it than on a spare rib.
Oh, that is so tender.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Those of you, looking for something other than beef, we got some really good barbecue chicken.
Did you see the way that just fell apart? Super tender, and you saw like there's still, it's like glistening on the inside because all that moisture is still in there. Oh yeah. That light smokiness shining through the meat, but the chicken stands out. That is really, really good.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. Whether you like pork, poultry, or beef, they have an option for you. All of them are tender, they're moist, they're delicious, and they've been doing it for a long time, so you know it's gonna be a great product. These cornbread muffins, you can smell them from a mile away. And, oh, they just smell like sweets to them. And check that out, when you pop them open, you just want all, it's like steaming up right there. Incredible texture on the outside. But they're sweet and soft and tender on the inside. Oh my goodness. You can just come here and have the sides.
Yeah.
Those sweet potatoes right there, is that marshmallow on top?
Yeah. That's melted marshmallow on there. And sweet potatoes. We call it a dessert vegetable.
Get out of town. Those are incredible.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, the marshmallow on top, the gooey marshmallow, the brown sugar with the butter, everything on there. It tastes like Thanksgiving, but you get it year-round when you come out here. Black's Barbecue puts just as much love into their barbecue as their sides. Sides are absolutely delicious out here, all the way from the cornbread muffins to the peach cobbler. You can't go wrong. All of them are delicious, and they have their own unique flavor profile that accents the barbecue. And you got to join me in here on some banana pudding while we wrap this up.
All right. You might get hurt here. Watch out.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
There you go. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Huge chunks of banana in there.
It tastes like more.
That's really good. When you're getting your sides, you have to get the banana pudding. It's the most banana of the banana puddings you're ever gonna try. It's absolutely delicious, wonderful texture, and it's unlike any other banana pudding I've ever had.
Right now, we're going to take a load off Fanny's, where they're frying up some delicious and unique pub food.
Lockhart's known for great barbecue, but it's also known for award-winning burgers and killer chicken wings. This is Load Off Fanny's. Joining me right now is Haley Ford. She's the owner-operator out here at Load Off Fanny's, and I gotta ask you, I mean, the name of the restaurant.
Okay, well, it comes from the band. Load off, take a load off Fanny's. It actually works out really well for marketing purposes because a lot of the things that we put out on social media is like, come take a load off. Come take a load off and let us cook your food for you.
Come relax
like,
your fanny.
Come relax your fanny.
Yeah, there you go.
When we opened up, we originally opened up to be a wing restaurant and put burgers on the menu to just fill the menu. And then our first year that we were open, we won Best Burger in Caldwell County. And then last year we won Best Wings in Caldwell County, so.
Isn't that crazy
It
how
is.
that works out?
Yes, this is our Buffalo Blue Burger. It's a half-pound black Angus, and then it's got blue cheese, and then it's got traditional sauce on it that we toss our wings in, and then on top is gonna be the pepperoncinis, lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle, and it's delicious.
I'm excited. Here we go. Oh, man. Oh, good.
No, don't do that just for the camera.
The blue cheese, the little spice you get from the banana peppers on there, the fresh tomatoes, all the produce that you have on this as well. It's a delicious salad on there, but then the meat is cooked perfectly. You have a really nice texture on the outside, seasoned well, and then the buns.
Yeah.
And that sauce is killer. I mean, from start to finish. And I know now why you won Best Burger in the county. This is outstanding.
Thank you.
You can put this anywhere, and this will be your favorite burger. The Buffalo Blue Burger is incredible. A little bit of vinegar bite to it, a little spicy, but then that blue cheese helps round out everything. And the burger is a great flavor, seasoned perfectly, cooked to perfection. And then the buns on the outside, nice little toasted finish on there. But the fresh produce really help bring it all home. It's the ultimate burger bite. Oh, it's delicious. Talk to me about these fries right here. What's going on with them?
They're loaded fries. There's a whole bunch of other things in there, but people really love our queso. So we just drizzled it all over the fries and added bacon and jalapeno because you just can't go wrong with bacon and jalapeno.
It's just straightforward.
It's huge, yeah, but it's a huge seller for us.
All right, we got both take a bite. Get that other fork right there. Get a little bite of
I'm
it.
definitely quality control on fries and our queso.
But together.
But together.
Here you go. Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh, that was just fun. That is delicious. The bacon's so crispy. When the fries get to sit there and let that queso kind of soak into them,
Yeah.
they become like this slightly crunchy, like cheese vehicle. And look, when you get them all together like that, that's just one piece. Dangerous, 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 but
It is
delicious.
dangerous. It is dangerous.
Delicious bar food. The loaded fries are done right out here because they're simple, but they're absolutely delicious. The queso goes into the fries, makes them nice and tender, but still slightly crunchy on the outside. You have the little bit of beans that are in there, the bacon, the jalapenos, everything brings it to that well-rounded bite. You get the crunch, savory, the spicy, and that gooey cheesiness that you crave from delicious loaded fries. But the chicken wings, if you're feeling hungry, these are big old wings.
They are.
And we have 3 different sauces. Talk to me about each one.
So this is our hatch sauce, and it's got hatch green chilies in it, but then it has a bunch of herbs. We've got rosemary, cilantro, thyme in there. We throw in the serranos for the heat, and then a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of apple cider vinegar to just kind of bring out a tartness on it. So yeah. Yeah, that's my baby. I
the one.
I worked hard on that one.
All right, I'm gonna try this one. Talk to me about what's going on with these two.
Yes. So these are the Creole right here. And it's just your basic Cajun seasonings that we throw into butter, and we've got a base mix that we use. And then coming over here is our sriracha pineapple, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's sriracha and pineapple, and we just blend it together.
That hatch is so good. It's subtly spicy, lots of flavor, and then the chicken wing itself, great crunch on the outside, nice and tender on the inside, still very moist. You have a really nice product, but you put that in that blue cheese or that ranch, it's gonna sing. The hatch pepper wing sauce is your mild bite. Nice and easy going, has those little spices on there, but nothing too overbearing. You wanna dip it in your ranch, dip it on your blue cheese, you can't go wrong. Here you go.
Now these are salty, also have some meat on them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not real good. I want to make this a potato chip flavor.
Sure.
You want to go in between the middle of flavor and spice. The Creole is delicious.
It's good flavor. It really is.
I'm so torn. It's really sweet up front,
Yeah.
but then it hits you with that spice at the end.
Yeah. And then the
Sriracha's
pineapple
a sleeper.
follows. It is.
That's a sleeper.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely it
Oh.
is.
That is dynamite. That is so good. You know what's fun about it is you found a way to invent spices and seasonings or sauces that you don't traditionally find at Wingspot.
Well, and that was the thought, exactly. I mean, we have your standards. We've got our really hot. We have our traditional flavors, lemon pepper, garlic parm, stuff like that. But then we wanted something that you weren't going to get at another wing joint.
The chicken wing sauces at Off Fanny's are incredible. They're unique and they're really fun and playful. Now, if you want to try something that's going to blow your head off, you got to try the pineapple sriracha. Absolutely incredible food.
Thank you.
From start to finish, I don't know what's my favorite. Everything is so special in its own way. It's like whatever mood you're in, you have the answer for it.
Yeah.
I love the burger, I love the wings, I love the fries. And you know what, you could have it all together and it'll still be great.
You can. You can absolutely have it all together.
Delicious, cheers to you. You guys gotta come check out, take a load off your Fanny when you're in Lockhart.
And no, my name is not Fanny.
People probably ask that a lot,
Often.
right? Yeah.
Often.
Who's Fanny? Why is she
Are you
tired?
Fanny? You must be Fanny. You look tired.
Later in the show,
I'm a folder. Do you fold?
I do fold.
You're a folder. Here, cheers.
coming up next on Texas Eats.
This is like real queso. This isn't the fake stuff.
No, this is the real thing.
This right here is award-winning queso made by the Culinary Cowgirls in Lockhart, Texas. We're gonna do a tour of their facility to see how they're making this delicious queso. Plus, we're gonna travel out to their gourmet market to see what other kind of queso is available. And it looks absolutely delicious. Alex Worthington is here with me, co-owner of the Culinary Cowgirls, and now we're inside the facility where they're making all of their delicious queso, and you're gonna give us a quick tour.
I am.
This is where the cheese starts. This is actually the first step, right? It comes
Yes.
out and it's ready to turn into delicious queso. But talk to me about what happens. What are the steps that go through here and make the queso possible?
Okay. Well, right here's our cheese shredding station. All of the cheese comes in blocks. We shred it here before putting it in our kettle. It makes it melt easier, gives it that nice creamy melting ability. So this is where we add our water and all of our spices to get them blended real well before we add it to the kettle.
And so you have fresh roasted peppers. You
Yes.
have the cheese that's shredded fresh right here. You
Right.
have all your seasonings that are boiled
Right.
and incorporated fresh.
Right.
This is like real queso. This
It's
isn't like
real.
fake stuff.
No, this is the real thing. This is an all-natural queso.
A really fun thing about this queso is that it uses all natural peppers, seasonings, and it's all incorporated right here in the facility. So it's all blended and mixed with that real cheese. It's all natural. This is as fresh as you can get.
This is the last step before we actually package it in our containers and load it for delivery. Yes.
So before it gets into everybody's house, how much queso is this right here?
This is 80 gallons of queso. And every batch is hand stirred, hand blended. We want it to be the best quality we can.
From start to finish, and you can see they're even going over here, this is a really involved process.
It is.
And this is just one time through. How many times do you guys create 80 gallons of queso?
We do about 8 to 10 of these a day. Yeah.
That is a lot of queso.
That's a lot of
You know
queso.
what, though? I see a
Yeah.
lot of queso, not a lot of chips here. So you
No,
guys aren't actually
I know.
eating it here,
No.
unfortunately. No,
No.
it's just the making part.
They would if I let them, though. Everybody still loves it, just like it was the first day they tasted it.
That is so cool. And it's not just the flavor that we're seeing here. How many different flavors do you have?
We have 4 flavors currently. 3 of those are in HEB now.
How did it feel winning the Quest for Texas Best with HEB?
Oh my gosh, it was like nothing I've ever felt before, you know? I mean, it was amazing. They've been such an inspiration, a real help to us. There were a lot of stiff competition when we entered that contest, and so we feel very lucky and very fortunate.
Well, Alex, thank you so much for giving us a tour of the facility.
Yes.
You can see the containers right here getting ready to get filled up with the delicious
Yes.
queso and shipped out to all these HEBs. In fact, how many HEBs do y'all go into?
We're at about 233 stores right now. We sell a lot of thousands of cups of queso a week to HEB right now.
And you're about to sell an extra 2 or 3 right now to me, because I got to eat that queso. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Most queso that you're going to find in stores is going to be that fake cheese, you know, the stuff that's like kind of processed looking, and I mean, it tastes all right, but this is the real deal. This is real dairy cheese, and that's why it tastes so much better than the other stuff you find on the shelves.
Later in the show,
And it's not just the queso here that's the cheese. There's also a queso dog.
This is Queso. She is the star of the show.
coming up next on Texas Eats.
I'm a folder. Do you fold? I do fold. You're a folder. Here, cheers. Welcome back to Texas Eats. We're gonna take a break from barbecue, but we're gonna head into a local pizza joint that's serving up some killer za. This is Lupin Lil's Pizza. With me right here is co-owner Richard Platt, and we have pizzas right in front of us, and I'm so excited. Because when you come out to Lockhart, people are gonna think barbecue, right? But right here, you have two great examples of another reason to come out here for a foodie adventure, plus some craft brews.
This is the Scamp Walker Special. All the dough's from scratch, all the marinaras from scratch, almost everything's from scratch as much as possible. Pepperoni, salami, toasted Parmesan on the top, then kind of the classic jalapeno olives.
Well, we gotta grab a slice. I'm a folder. Do you fold?
I do fold.
You're a folder. Here, cheers. Oh, wow.
That's it, man.
You've layered it so it's cheese on the bottom, ingredients on top. So they really got like a nice finish on them. A little cook, a little char on the edges kind of thing. But the crust, it has this really fun little like flavor on the outside of it.
The texture you're gonna get from the dough, we use a cold proofing method, so we proof all of our dough for 2 days. It has a little bit of that Parmesan and just some dried Italian herbs on the outside, just to kind of flake it up and give it some life to it, you know?
And I gotta ask, I mean, why pizza?
Because there was literally nothing to eat here except for barbecue.
It's a lot of
you know?
barbecue.
Tons of barbecue. And then
The Scamp Walker pizza tastes like somebody got an antipasta salad and threw it on top of a really well-made pizza, and then you put all that Parmesan on the crust. It is crunchy on the outside, tender on the inside, perfect amount of cheese and sauce. All the ingredients sing so well together. You got a little vinegar bite to it, a little spice, and the meat and everything has a little char on the outside. They know what they're doing out here at their pizzas, and the Scamp Walker is definitely one of the best.
house-made basil pesto, artichokes, some hard Genoa salami, and roasted red peppers with a little bit of feta on top. We call it the out-of-towner because we didn't think anybody in town would order this pizza, you know?
All the ingredients you're using too, I mean, they really shine through that you know you're getting quality ingredients when you're trying all these pizzas. Here, cheers. Oh, wow.
Good bite, totally different from the other pizza.
Totally different.
A little cleaner, a little bit more civilized.
This is like what a fancy out-of-towner would come and order, right?
Right, exactly.
I get it. But you have some of that pesto on there that really shines through. And then, of course, I mean, the cured meats that you're putting on here, little peppers and things like that, it adds that different layer where it's an advanced understanding of what pizza should be.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really what kind of wraps and sums up you guys out here.
I don't like to overcomplicate things or make things too over the top. It's just basic, simple stuff that tastes really good and the right portions and the right ratios, and then just try to make every pizza as consistent and good as possible.
If you're looking for a pizza that has a little bit of flair to it, but you don't want anything that's too bold, you get the out-of-towner. This one has artichoke hearts, that basil pesto, and a little bit of garlic on there. It really sings, and it's very simple, but it's done right. And the crust, once again, nice and crunchy on the outside, tender on the inside, perfect amount of cheese. This one is for those who want that extra little bit of classy flavor on their pizza.
We really made it a point when we opened to feature other people who are also dedicated to their craft. That's why we only do local Texas craft beers, right? And we kind of get a lot of flack. We don't have Budweiser or, you know, Mick Ultra or whatever. Just because those guys don't need any help selling their beers, right? Like,
Yeah, they're doing well.
Domino's doesn't need help selling pizzas.
Yeah.
So this is a pecan amber. This is from Middleton. It's right down the road, like 14 miles away in San Marcos. This is Live Oak Brewing out of Austin, Texas. This is their IPA. It's a really great beer. Live Oak. Whoa. And then this is one of my favorite breweries. It's the Altstad Brewery in Fredericksburg. It's really good. So.
Well, I'm gonna grab this one right here. It's closest to me, right? I think that's etiquette. And I'll give you a cheers. Richard, thank you so much for having us out here. You guys, Lupin Lil's right here in Lockhart. You come out here for some great pizza, some great vibes, and just a cool, chill environment, and some good brews. This is the spot to go to.
There you go.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Hey. Lupin Lil's Pizza offers a rotating craft brew selection representing different areas of Texas. You can get a little bit from Fredericksburg, a little bit from Houston. All the beers are delicious, and it really complements the pizza very well.
Later in the show, we're checking out a delicious barbecue joint that's been serving Texas since 1900.
That is a smoked pork chop. That is incredible.
Yeah, not too many people know about that.
Coming up next on Texas Eats, the Culinary Cowgirls show us around their marketplace for a look at some local bites.
With me here now is Elena Chandler. We're inside the culinary room, which is the gourmet market, where you guys have the Culinary Cowgirl queso, but a lot of other stuff in here as well.
Yes, we do.
But this is where the queso started.
It did.
And how long ago did you all start making it
So
here?
about a year and a half ago, we began making it here in our kitchen in the back and outgrew that within the year. But luckily, this has still taken on, and we're able to help other people grow and bring in merchandise from other suppliers as well.
And it's not just the queso here that's the cheese. There's also a queso dog.
This is Queso. She is the star of the show. She is the big cheese, and we all answer to her, and people come to visit her every day.
That's right. So when you come here, it's not just the cheese you want that's queso, it's also the dog.
Yes.
You can help pet her and stuff like that. It helps you out, cools you down. But you have so many different items in here from different vendors, and it really makes this space unique. You have a lot of different weird stuff in here, but it all looks delicious. And so what is the goal moving forward for this space? Knowing that now you have the facility where you're making the queso, what kind of ideas or goals do you guys have for this area?
Well, fortunately, we've really taken off in our chef-prepared goods that we do here. We do keto meals and desserts and baked goods and dinners that you can grab and go. So that's really taken off. Catering in our kitchen, but also it's been our goal since we started to bring in small batch suppliers who don't have the production that we do, who don't have the ability to go into grocery stores, but they have amazing products, and maybe they're getting there. So we want to showcase them. So we really scour the area from Texas, actually from Lockhart, all over, and try to bring in exciting goods, really gourmet, really wonderful, that maybe no one has ever found before.
And I asked Alex earlier, but what was it like to you when you got the news that you won the Quest for Texas Best with HEB?
Well, first of all, we believed going in that we had the best queso that anyone had ever tasted. So not really a surprise, but we were so amazed that they put us in every HEB pretty much just from the get-go, which hadn't really been done before. And so we just took off running. We had so much to take in and be thankful for, and then we've grown from there as well. So yes, we believed in our product, but that was fantastic to hear that news.
Well, Elena, thank you so much for having us in the store. I'm going to do some quick shopping, and coming up later on the show, HEB is going to show us how to do a baked potato, put a little bit of brisket in there, and cover it with your delicious queso on there as well. Absolutely delicious recipe. But you also, I got to snag up some stuff in here too. You have a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay, let's go shopping. Come on, queso. Let's go.
Later in the show,
I'm gonna build mine with a little bit of Tex-Mex cheese on the bottom.
I'm gonna make mine purposely messy.
coming up next on Texas Eats.
It tastes like a blueberry muffin that got turned into a pie. Welcome back to Texas Eats. When you're in Lockhart, Texas, you know you got to visit all of the staple barbecue joints, especially one that's been here since the turn of the century. This is Cruz Market. We're going to go inside and see what they're smoking up.
Cruz Market is a Lockhart staple. Serving the community since 1900, this is one of the birthplaces of Texas barbecue. We're sitting down with General Manager and Pitmaster Roy to check out what he's been cooking up.
Now, how long have you been the GM or Pitmaster or just a part of Cruz Market?
33 years.
33 years.
Yes, sir.
That's incredible.
Yes, sir.
That's a big chunk of the history of the restaurant.
Oh, yes. I was just talking to one of the employees, and he was asking, when were you born in 1989? And I see him now as a full-grown man. And I'm like, I've been here longer than you were born. And 'cause to me, it just seems like yesterday.
Yeah. Roy has been working the pits here at Cruz Market for 33 years. Doing 33 years of anything is incredible, but working in these pits at such an iconic Texas barbecue joint, hats off to you, Roy. That's incredible.
That is a boneless prime rib, and this is the brisket. And here's some pork ribs, beef ribs, shoulder clad for people that don't like fat, and jalapeno and sausage. Jalapeno and cheese sausage and the regular stuff.
And then all the
and then
sides.
You got beans.
Is it loaded potato salad?
Yeah, potato salad, mac and cheese, sauerkraut, corn, green beans, and desserts.
Look at that. But let's dive in. I'm gonna grab right here. I'm gonna go for this pork right here because that just looks absolutely incredible. You wanna grab one with me right there? Take a bite with me here.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. You gotta eat it every now and then to make sure. Quality control.
Quality control.
What my old boss man used to tell me. We got so many people coming from around the world that you gotta live up to your expectations. You know, we're well known, been around for over 100 years.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, both sides, top and bottom, seasoned perfectly. And then you have that really nice smoky flavor on there, but it's not overbearing and allows the meat to come out and shine. This is like the hot thing, right? Where everybody's like, I want the beef rib.
Lately has been the beef ribs.
What makes the beef rib stand out from, say, a pork rib?
Well, just how you cook it and the fat around it, and a lot of meat on there, so you don't really just get a bone like some places. You want to make sure the meat's better than just bone.
Extremely tender. It's like just full of flavor. And the fat on top, all that flavor's gone down into the meat.
The fat is part of the cooking process. We don't trim it off of there. If you want to do it yourself later on, you can do it.
That is a smoked pork chop. That is incredible.
Yeah, not too many people know about that. When I first started here 33 years ago, that was our biggest seller. And now everybody's like, what is that? It's a pork chop. Oh, let me, like if it's a new thing, that thing's been there longer than I have.
Each meat has its own flavor. The pork is taking on its own notes. The beef has its own unique characteristics as well. Something that makes this barbecue spot unique is that they're smoking up pork chops, shoulder clod, and prime rib. It's not something you're gonna find everywhere all throughout Texas. Lockhart is really nailing down these essential items, and they're really doing a great job. Cruz Market has some of the juiciest pork chops I've ever had in my entire life, and if you've ever had prime rib, you probably haven't had it smoked, and you need to do that. It'll change your life. You're doing the sausages in-house every day, the prime ribs, the brisket, of course, brisket is king in Texas. You gotta try that when you come out here. The ribs are fantastic. Everything out here is just a home run. Roy, thank you so much for having us out here.
Anytime, and I'm glad you came by.
Love, man. This is where you come out to here in Lockhart. You have to stop at Cruz Market if you really want to get the full Texas barbecue experience. You guys know what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Later in the show,
that's the bite right here.
And then you wash it down with a good old Big Red. Or
coming up next on Texas Eats.
I'm gonna build mine with a little bit of Tex-Mex cheese on the bottom.
I'm gonna make mine purposely messy. best things you can do with barbecue is shove it into a fresh baked potato. And right now, Charlotte's gonna show us how to make the ultimate baker. We've got queso, we've got some guac, we've got some roasted corn, and some barbecue. I'm loving all of this.
Wait, don't forget.
And some cheese, and some Tex-Mex cheese. I love it.
The first thing we want to do is we've got a preheated oven, 400 degrees, and we are going to stab our washed, clean potatoes.
Oh, that was a juicy one. All right, and why do you stab them?
You want to give basically an opening for the steam to escape from so that they don't blow out. Some people don't oil and like a dry kind of cracker crisp, and then some people like to oil and salt.
That's me.
Oil and salt.
I like to eat the skin when it tastes like a potato chip.
Right? I love it.
I like what's going on here. So we're kind of tossing around our taters in the oil, and this will kind of give us that nice skin that...
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh,
what if I did this?
Oh my gosh. That's a great idea.
Kitchen gadgets? Yeah.
I wasn't getting a lot of surface area covered with the technique that I was using, but you bust out the brush and now look.
I mean, right?
You're covering the whole tater.
It's super, right?
It's the total tater.
Total tater.
That's a teachable tater.
And you salt them liberally.
At what point do you know you have gone too far?
When there's more salt than potato.
Wow, that'd be a lot of salt. They're salted, they're oiled, and they're ready to go in the oven.
So we're just gonna throw them in the oven. And basically you keep them in the oven until they're nice and fork tender. So there's lots of ways to build your potato. I'm gonna break up the inside, and you can see how like nice and like tender the flesh of the potato is. We've got our beautiful smoked brisket. We've got the Culinary Cowgirls Queso Blanco. Fantastic stuff.
Earlier we got to walk through, they showed us how everything is done up there, and absolutely fantastic product, and I love that we're gonna be using this.
They're actually Quest for Texas Best winners a few years back. I really like this product. They've got a couple varieties of that. I'm gonna build mine with a little bit of Tex-Mex cheese on the bottom.
I'm gonna make mine purposely messy. And really at this point, once you have your potato out of the oven, it's dealer's choice.
It is.
Right?
This is like a fun thing to do when you have like for a potluck or kind of do like a bar, a baked potato bar.
A baked potato bar would be a hit.
It's super easy because all you have to do is just buy the stuff, chop it up. Oh. I was waiting for a BAM.
I can't steal that. That's not, I can't.
Is that trademark?
It is trademarked.
Is it actually trademarked?
Charlotte, you rock. Thank you so much for showing us how to make the ultimate baked potato. This is where it's at. And look, you can go artsy or you can go fun and gooey. To get this recipe, just head on over to our website, ksat.com/Texas Eats. Follow the links. Look for the picture of this tasty tater. Shut your mouth. That is delicious.
Seriously, right? Dude.
That's some good guac.
Coming up next on Texas Eats.
That's the bite right here.
And then you wash it down with a good old Big Red.
Welcome back to Texas Eats. Now, we're gonna head inside of a barbecue joint that's been in Lockhart for more than 100 years. It's been passed down from family to family and generation to generation. Let's go inside Smitty's Market. Joining me right now is Nina Schmidt-Sell. She is the owner of the market here, and right in front of us, all this delicious food. You've got some side items right here. You got the beans, you have all the accoutrement, you have the cheese, the pickles, and pecan pie for your dessert. But this is the focus right here. The meat is why people are coming out here. How long has this place been around?
Well, on this premises, there was a barbecue place at the turn of the century. The building, the main building was built in 1924 by that same family. And then in 1948, my dad was Smitty, and he purchased it from them before I was born.
Yeah.
When you walk into Smitty's, that's what we want. That's our goal, is to walk back into the 1920s.
The Smitty's building has been here for a long time, actually since the 1920s, but the barbecue joint itself has been going on since the turn of the century. It was handed on to a different family, and from that family into different generations, and that's what Nina's doing here today, holding on to those barbecue traditions that make this a special place here in Lockhart.
We cook all of our meats over local post oak wood. It grows naturally around this area. We make all our sausage on premises. It's ground and then hand tied and put in the pits and cooked over that wood. Our beans are, we pick them and clean them, and we have our own recipe. That is Smitty's recipe. And my dad loved to make a big pot of beans, and one day he tore some pink butcher paper off and he wrote down ingredients and said, go to the grocery store. Well, I'm a kind of a pack rat, keep everything, and I kept that. I kept it for a good 30 years. And then when Smitty's opened up in 1999, I gave that to my son and said, go get these. And we've been making Smitty's beans ever since.
Wow. I mean, this is a long lineage of barbecue history in this one location that is really, it's transferred not only by families, but through generations, through those families. And the product that's right in front of us is a product of that history. So talk to me what's right in front of us meat-wise here. I know you got your sausage that you make in-house. What else do you have?
This here is the prime. That's the most expensive cut that we sell at Smitty's. And then you have your pork chop. And there's a pork rib here that has become a big seller, and it is a more recent addition. Turkey is a more recent, within the last 10 years. The ribs, about 15 years ago, we started doing those, and of course we've always done the pork chops, and they are bone-in pork chops.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a big old piece of pork chop.
Yes, it is.
Which one's your
popular.
favorite out of all of them?
I eat all of it.
All of
Quality
it's
control,
yeah.
I taste it all. It has evolved in Central Texas that people think a brisket is barbecue. So.
Okay, well let's go for the, here, I'm gonna grab a piece. I'm not even gonna use a fork. I'm just gonna use my hands on this one. And I'm gonna pull a little piece off here. There we go. Cheers to you. There you go. I'm gonna cheers you. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Okay.
And most people like to put it on a cracker and get a piece of onion. And
Oh my goodness, that's delicious. Oh yeah, here. You gotta build up a little like sandwich, right?
That's right.
That's fun. It's like a creative, engaging meal.
Now, if you look around, everybody, they know the routine.
Yeah, they got their cracker. They're ready to do it. That's the bite right here.
And then you wash it down with a good old Big Red or a glass of sweet iced tea.
Wow. And I love the way you explained it, how to do it, how you build it up. And it creates a whole different level of flavor. The little cracker adds that little texture to it. It's a little bit of saltiness on there.
Yes.
The sweet pickles mixed with the onion, that is really good.
And then the piece of sharp cheddar cheese.
Oh yeah, then you get your cheese out of here. So you really have like the full experience over here. This is like a whole like Texas barbecue charcuterie board that you have right here.
Exactly.
And then you have a little bit of the avocado as well.
And always with your fingers.
Always with the, yeah, I saw.
No forks.
I don't see any forks.
If you need a fork, you have to bring your own, I guess.
You're doing it wrong, right? This is classic Texas barbecue.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna keep building up another little cracker of flavor over here. Look at that. I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna bite a little rib. And bite the cracker. What makes Smitty's unique here in Lockhart is that when they're serving up all their barbecue, you get like a charcuterie board You get the cheese, you get the pickles, you get a little bit of the onions, but the pickles come in 2 different flavors. You get the crackers, the bread, you get some sauces, and you get the jalapenos. So you really get like this added flavor onto the side. So when you're eating your meat, it's not just the meat flavor. You get all these little fixins and things on the side. It makes it really fun. Thanks for watching today's episode of Texas Eats in Lockhart, Texas. Join us every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on KSAT 12 and head to our website, ksat.com/TexasEats for more information. And to get some delicious pics, follow us on social media at KSAT Texas Eats on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Because this is how Texas eats.